We have one of our sponsors, our silver sponsor, Reality Clash. We've got Tony Pearce who's here, and Tony is our superstar session for the Future Visions track, and he's going to be talking about how in-game NFTs and blockchain will change the games market for good and unlock a 100 billion market. Hi, Tony. How are you?
I'm very good. Yourself?
I'm not bad, thank you. Where are you coming at us from?
I'm coming at you from South London.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I'm up in Wales and the weather's quite nice here. How is it in London?
Not actually. I've just put the curtains down. The sun's actually coming out for a change. So yeah, not bad.
Good. Well, that's nice to hear. It's rare as well in the UK. We've had weather that you seem to not be able to predict right now. So it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
I'm going to let you get yourself sorted, sharing your screen, everything like that.
Yeah.
But while you're doing that, I just wanted to remind everyone, as I always do, to please use the Q&A function. Drop your questions in there, because at the end of Tony's talk, I'm going to be reappearing and we're going to go through any questions there are, and and obviously get some answers. And also make use of that chat and live subtitling function if that's useful to you. So yes, that's my housekeeping that I always like to do. So yeah, Tony, I think we've got your talk up. So I'm going to drift off into the background.
Thanks,
but I'm here if you need me, and I know we've got some videos ready for you as well when needs be. So fantastic.
Excellent. Thanks a lot. Hi everyone. So yeah, my name is Tony Pearce. I'm the co-founder of Reality Gaming Group. So we specialize in blockchain games and NFTs. And my presentation today, as you can see there, is how in-game NFTs and blockchain will change the games market for good and unlock a $100 billion market. So during this presentation, I'm going to show you a couple of demos of two very different games, which we've developed, one mobile and one PC, which both use blockchain and NFTs. But before I show you these demos, and for those of you kind of new to blockchain and new to blockchain games, I'd like to start with why this market is so good right now, and also kind of what are the problems facing gamers. So there's some key things in my view. So right now, the issues around games are that for years, gamers have spent billions buying in-game items with no ownership rights or control. These items can only be used in one game, and gamers cannot sell or trade the items they own, even though they bought them and spent their own money on it. They are locked into one game. And if the game goes offline and the publisher stops, you actually lose everything. So what's the solution? Well, it's NFTs. So NFTs, non-fungible tokens, give players real ownership over their in-game items. All items are logged on the blockchain, confirming validation. The blockchain confirms it's unique and you own it. And players can sell, trade, or use their NFTs in different games. And we are doing that at the moment. I also wanted to touch on another problem, which people do forget, and that's game economy and hyperinflation. So I think every one of you that's played games will understand that a game has an economy. Whether it's an online game such as World of Warcraft, Fortnite, or even mobile apps, they all have their own economy. And the problem that games have is that the makers of these games can create more currency and items at any time. So if a game needs more currency, we as a game maker can just go out and make another billion more coins. And before you know it, we've actually created a ton of games billionaires, either because they're buying more coins or because they're winning more coins through gameplay. And what this causes is hyperinflation, because the games developers have to increase the price of their in-game items because they can't burn through the currency fast enough. And games tend to die after 5 to 10 years because of this. And can you imagine if you spent all that time, days, weeks of your life building up your currency and in-game items, but due to hyperinflation, the game cannot get new players because everything is so expensive. So eventually it stops and you lose everything. Now, imagine a game in the future where the items inside the game are not unlimited, but they're scarce and there's only a few things that are capped. So let's say there's 1,000 of a certain gun, and that gun's unique, and once sold out, they're never available to buy again from the game. In fact, the only place that you can get these guns is through players willing to sell them to you. So the whole game concept now changes. You now own the item, which you can sell to another player. This builds up game engagement and retention. It keeps in-game inflation down. And because the game publisher cannot just go out and make another 1,000 of the same guns and increase the price, it helps the whole game economy. And this is how and exactly what we did with our first game, Reality Clash, where we created in-game limited edition guns. So I'm going to show you how that works with a mobile game. And then I'm going to show you a demo of our new PC game, which is a Doctor Who trading card game. Both of those combine NFTs. So I'm going to come out of this and go into this. Right. So I hope you can see that. So Reality Clash, both these games are live right now. Both these games, as I say, feature NFTs, and both are very unique in what they do. So Reality Clash is live on both app stores, and you can go and download it now. And Reality Clash is an augmented reality first-person shooter. You can download this and play it without using NFTs. You can buy in-game items from the App Store like any other game. But what's special about this, it connects to an online store where if you want, you can buy limited edition tradable guns. So I'm going to show you a quick trailer. The trailer of this game, every gun that you see in this game is an NFT. And the idea, just some background, is it's as I mentioned, it's a augmented reality first-person shooter. When you go into combat, you lift your phone up and you walk into a virtual sim and you turn into an avatar. And the player that you're playing could be a friend close by, or literally could be someone that you've challenged in the other side of the world, and he turns into an avatar. So when that person runs, and the avatar will run towards you in real time. So I might never see you, but if the avatar's moving in a certain direction, you are physically doing that in real time. And the AR is capturing your phone's movement and sending that to a server back down to the game instantly. So I'll play you a quick demo. So there you go. So pretty cool AR game. But if you want to get the NFTs, you go to our Armory store, which I'll click through now. And the NFT store is currently live. We've sold well over 10,000 guns now and had nearly 2 million Reality Clash coins spent in the store. So I'm going to show you how this works and how you can trade those guns. So when you log in, you get a dashboard like this. And then across the top, you get how many Reality Clash coins you have. This is our currency. You can buy Reality Clash coins with a credit card or with cryptocurrency. You can deposit Reality Clash coins if you purchase them through a crypto exchange. And we're on a number of exchanges where you buy Bitcoins, you can buy our Reality Clash coin as well. You can withdraw your coins to your wallet and sell them. And this is where it gets really cool. You can deposit weapons that you bought from third-party exchanges, like NFT exchanges such as OpenSea, or you can withdraw them and sell them off my site. So the Armory store is where we have the limited edition guns. So you can scroll through these sell out very quickly and are updated each day. If you take this gun, for example, there's 33 left out of 100. This is 900 Reality Clash coins, which is around about $135, which sounds amazingly expensive, but that's the price that people are paying for these, because they are selling them for, in some cases, 3 or 4 times as much. So if I click on this, you get some information. You get to look at the gun. This is a Bitcoin skin, so again, very rare. And because they're NFTs which people own, you can actually see them really up close, and you can have a good look at exactly what the skin looks like and what the gun looks like. So here's our Bitcoin skin, which is pretty cool. So if I want to buy these, you can see the weapon stats, the weapon info, and I buy them with Reality Clash coins. As soon as I add them to my cart and buy them, that gun will then go off to the Ethereum blockchain, and it will be tokenized and logged with your account name in Reality Clash. So if I go into my armory and my weapons, these are all the games, the guns that I now own, and I can go through them. So at any point, I can take a look at one and I can put it up for sale, or I can download it into the mobile game. And that's where it gets really cool. So not only are you outside the mobile game trading these NFTs and buying ones from people that perhaps you don't own because they've sold out, you can also download them and use them in the game. Look really cool because you can't buy them through the App Store. And when you're finished with them, you can then withdraw them and sell them through our marketplace or other third-party marketplaces. And you can also keep the history. So this one I've never sold before, but it was bought back here for 250 Reality Clash coins. And what's cool with NFTs is that we keep the stats of the gun and log it each time it's played onto the blockchain. So if this had a history of gameplay, it would tell you how many games it's played, how many games it's won, how many headshots it's had, and the value of the gun can come down to if it's a winning gun. And we're now talking to big esports companies and looking at tokenizing swords or guns that famous stars are using in their game, and then can sell after they finish the game in marketplaces. So you could buy an esports star's winning gun or weapon, and that all of that's tracked on the blockchain. So I want to sell this. I can put it up for sale. I can decide what to sell it for. And when I do that, I go into the marketplace and I can see my gun for sale and everybody else's guns here listed. So these are NFTs that people have bought off us and are now reselling. And you can see the kind of prices they're going for. Now, what's really interesting now is if you're not happy with the marketplace here, you can withdraw it somewhere else. So if I click the withdraw button, I can put in my gun serial number and my wallet address and send that to an external wallet or to an external marketplace. So a popular marketplace is OpenSea. So OpenSea is one of the biggest places to buy NFTs from, and anything from art to in-game items are sold here. They get thousands of people looking at these NFTs a day. Think of it as an eBay for NFTs. But if I search here, Reality Clash, all of the guns here have been bought off our website, transferred to a marketplace, OpenSea, and are now selling on marketplace, on OpenSea in a secondary market. So these are all selling for Ether. So if I click on this pistol, for example, this is selling for 0.25 Ether, which is just over $1,000. Now, what's again really cool about NFTs in the blockchain market, if you are the game developer, is the smart contract that is built around this particular gun follows the gun forever. So wherever it's sold, whether it's on my marketplace or an external marketplace, I will always get a kickback in revenue share, and it's roughly about 5%. So for life, no matter how long this gun exists, I will always get some kind of revenue share wherever it's sold, and that's hugely interesting for game owners that now can get revenue from the initial sale and then continue to get revenue from secondary sales. So that's how Reality Clash works. On Doctor Who, it's very, very different. So this is a game that we've recently launched, and the way most blockchain games developers work is slightly different to console games. What we tend to do is we sell the in-game items before the game comes out. And companies do that for a couple of reasons. One is it builds a great community. If you start selling the items, it builds hype around the items. People know they're limited edition. People are starting to trade them. And you really do build a huge fan base of people trading these stuff before the game comes out. And the game for Doctor Who, the trading card game, actually comes out in October. And so far, since we launched the cards, which was in January, we've now tokenized nearly 500,000 cards on the blockchain. And the way that we sell these is we sell them in packs. And the packs, it's a bit like playing top trumps when you used to go into a store and buy a physical pack of cards. In this case, you buy a digital pack, and inside those packs are randomly selected cards. So I'm not even sure what you're going to get in them until you open them. So, but the higher the price, the more likely it is you're going to get a rarer card. So if I want to buy a pack for $4.99, I click it. In this pack, you are going to get a guaranteed 5 cards, but the percentage chance of getting a rare frame is written out here. So you're going to get a 5% chance of getting a black diamond frame, which is pretty rare. But if you start to spend more money on packs, this percentage chance will go up. The other packs that you get guaranteed 10 of these Time Lord President frames, which are pretty rare. And then this pack, you get a Zygon frame or a Soterian frame. Now, these frames and packs are limited. So we have them on sale for 3 months and then they come off. Or if the frames sell out before then the pack's taken off. So in blockchain games, what happens is when you take an item off the blockchain, the word that is used is you burn it, which basically means you get rid of that item forever, so that people that have bought the earlier ones know how many there are in the market. So the ones that are burnt here can never, ever be sold by us again. The only place you can get them now is through the secondary markets. The ones that aren't burnt are still available in the packs, and you can go and buy those while they're for sale. We talk very briefly here about true ownership and NFTs. One of the things that we're very conscious of is not blinding people with too much information in the background of how this works. But we basically tell people that, you know, you own this card and you can trade it and sell it or use it in the game. And here is a very early demo of how the game will look. If you're familiar with trading card games, it's very similar to Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering, whereas a certain card here with numbers and health around the outside is going to beat other cards. So here's a quick demo of how that works. So my hardest card has outdone those cards, so I now win those. So what we do up here is you can learn more about the game in the library. And with this particular card game, there's 2 parts to it. One is the in-game health and the rarity, and the other part is the frames, which give it its scarcity. And we actually drew over 200 hand-drawn pictures going over 60 years of Doctor Who characters. And each of those were approved by the BBC and the actors. So they become collectibles. You know, we want them to be really, really cool when you buy these. We give information about the frames, the style of frames, and then here's all the 200 different images in one standard frame that you can get. So the way that it works right now is when you buy the pack, I've got 7 here. So I'm going to show you how the pack opens. It's random. The system that we built will balance the cards depending on how many is out in the marketplace. Here I've got 7 of these packs, and you drag them in the middle to open. Voila! So there I've got 5 packs. So they appear the other back to front to start with. So builds the excitement, and we've got like hundreds of videos on YouTube of people opening packs. So it's kind of exciting to see. You can see this one's changed color, which means it's got a really limited edition emblem. So when you click them, they spin around and you can see what you've got. So there's the Dalek Prime. Here's the gameplay. Here is, oh, that's cool. Now that's the 13th Doctor with a really rare symbol. So that's probably worth £1,000 now in the marketplace. So very happy with that one. And then you can turn them all around and you could be very happy or very disappointed. So those cards now are going off to the Ethereum blockchain, and they are being tokenized, and a serial number is created. And that takes between 10 minutes and an hour, depending on how busy the blockchain is. And you will get an email with literally a certificate proving that you own it. And those cards will then end up in your collection. So my collection currently has 611 cards in it, and I can scroll down all the cards that I own. I've got a lot, so you can filter by name, rarity, card type. If I decide to sell one, I can click on it. And I can see here that I own 2 cards with these serial numbers. If I hover over it, it tells me the rarity of the card, the frame, the season, and there's 186 in circulation. So if I want to sell this particular one, the average price in the marketplace is $9.25. I want to sell it, so I put it up for sale, and we take a 5% commission. And if I sold that, it would then go into our marketplace. Now, the marketplace actually only launched last week, so this is new. So people were just collecting cards initially. Now they're selling them. These are cards for sale in the marketplace. They range pretty high, from $280 down to $2.90. It really does depend what people think they can get for them. I mean, look at this one, $1,999. So you can decide what you want to buy. If I want to buy this, I click on it. If I've got enough credit, I buy it, and you actually receive that money. So in this case, I've got $344, and I can cash that out at any time, and we pay you into your, at the moment, PayPal account, or next month, you can transfer it into crypto, and we can pay you directly into a wallet. So if you look at the activity now on the marketplace, which is live, now in the first couple of weeks, there's been nearly $300,000 in trading, and here is the cards that are trading live right now. So this is an hour forward in European time. So not a couple of minutes ago, this card traded for $400. This one for $400, this for $4, this for $57. So you can see the huge range in terms of NFT card trading. And these are founders tokens. So these are tokens that have now sold out, and they get you discounts off of future packs and special entry to the beta when the game comes out, and prizes. And these they're trading for $4,500. We sold them for $250 each. And if you actually look here, this asset ID, so this guy with asset ID 4190 put his up for sale for $3,300. This guy has bought the same one for $4,500. So he made $1,200 profit in selling his token in the marketplace. So you're now seeing people buying the packs, reselling them, taking and then building their decks, finding which card they want and don't want. And then once they've got that, then they start to build their decks, and then the game comes out in October. So 2 very different games, a PC trading game and a mobile game, which both take NFTs. So I hope that's been useful. I'm going to go back to my presentation, because I just want to talk about user acquisition via community ecosystems, and again, why I think that this market is a billion-dollar market. So user acquisition right now for gamers, for games companies, is a fortune. I mean, you could be spending $20, $30 to acquire a user to download your game. It's getting out of most people's budgets. But let's think about what community ecosystems can do for you, because when people actually own the in-game items, you can start making games that will target the people that already have items that they can use in the game. So basically, games companies will make games based on what content you own, making games discovery much better and much cheaper. So for example, if we have 1 million players in Reality Clash, all owning their NFT guns, I can offer this community of players to any other game that wants to have my players use their guns in it. So it's a whole new way of user acquisition. I'm happy because I'm selling more guns. The players are happy because they can use their guns in more than one game. And the games developers are happy because they can get a large community of players for free. It's a win-win. And you can make ecosystems, community ecosystems around different content. So you can take your items and your friends and community into new games with gun ecosystems, swords, tanks, warships, cards. Now, all of these bits of content can be used in a number of games, and you can attract these players. So Reality Gaming Group, what do we do? So just to give you a quick idea, we were founded in 2017. We have two sides to our business. Reality Studios is a studio that goes and gets a license, like Doctor Who. We create a game, and the BBC get a royalty. All of our games have to be blockchain or NFT based. And secondly, we have a platform that we license out to games companies or to IP holders that want to create NFTs. So that platform stands for Digital Asset Trading Platform, and we can create NFTs for you. We do NFTs around not just in-game items, but music. Yesterday, we actually announced the Floyd Mayweather NFT drop. So we're doing NFTs around Mayweather's fight against Logan Paul next month, where you can get some super exclusive stuff. And then we can create you a store where you can sell those NFTs, and a trading marketplace where you can trade those NFTs. And if you want, we can then create a utility, such as a game where you can use those. So I've kind of explained that. And Reality Studios, you know, we were, 2017 doesn't sound that long ago, but in the blockchain game space, it's decades ago. And we were very fortunate to be voted a top 25 games developer by Pocket Gamer last year. And we're actively still looking for games partners to help with. So please feel free to email me or call me after this. And finally, come back to why I think this market is $100 billion market. So if we look at game stats from 2020, the global games revenue was 159 billion. And mobile revenue was 77 billion of that. But did you know that only 3% of players actually spend money in mobile games? So 97% of players spend nothing. And yet the market's worth 77 billion. So can you imagine if you can just convert 5 or 10% more to spend money? And why wouldn't you, when you now own the item and you can sell it and get your money back? And not only that, but if we can stop games hyperinflation and we can create better content and games discovery because of game ownership, then, you know, we're not going to increase the market by 5 or 10%. We're going to increase it by 50%. And that's why NFTs will be a new $100 billion game market. So I'm very happy to answer any questions.
Hi, Tony. Yeah, there's the pesky mute again. Yeah, so yeah, thank you. What we're going to do, I think, is, are you in the Discord by chance?
Not at the moment.
Right, because what we're going to do is, because we've run over a little bit, so in order to make sure we carry on, what we've got is we've got a load of questions, and we can either put them to you in the Discord,
yeah, that's fine, yeah.
or we've got obviously there's the Q&A function, which is,
well, I'm you know, I'm very delighted to be presenting this, and I hope I can help anyone that wants to get into NFTs. You know, we've seen the market in the last 6 months explode, and I think you know, this is so exciting, and I think over the next 3 or 4 years, every game has to offer NFTs, because if you don't, then the player is just going to go to the game that does, because you're going to make your money back after you finished, or you could even make a profit. So you know, I'm happy to answer any questions. If you want to email me, it's tony@realitygaminggroup.com, or you can find me on Twitter.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, so yeah, there you go. So I know we had a lot of questions. So anyone who does want to get in touch with Tony, we've got the email down there in the chat, and we've also got the Discord as well. But thank you, Tony. I'm sorry we don't have any time to dive into question and answers. No, not at all. But yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, hopefully people can get in touch with you in order to continue the conversations.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.